Hello and welcome back to Frogboy X1 Gaming. I'm Andrew, and today I want to talk about something that's kind of been on my mind. I've made a few videos like this before, but for some reason in the month of October this has like really started to dawn on me and like really started to kind of break my spirit a little bit in terms of gaming and just what's going on out there. So I just put out videos for both Forza Motorsport and Assassin's Creed Valhalla, or Assassin's Creed Mirage. Both of these games I was looking forward to since they'd been announced and just couldn't wait to get my hands on them. Forza Motorsport, you know, I've been playing these Forza games since the very first one. I've been playing Assassin's Creed since the very first Assassin's Creed game, so it's like these games have been like part of me for what, 15, 20 years now? Like, I mean, that's a long time, you know, especially for Assassin's Creed. You know, for 15 years I've been a fan of this. I've been a fan of that universe. I've been a fan of that franchise. The same goes with you know, Forza Motorsport. That one's closer to 20 years since the first one, you know, came out for Forza Motorsport, and I've been playing these games for that long. And then we get the new games. You know, I get in there, I make my content, you know, I put out these videos. I try to work, you know, pretty hard at them. You know, I've got a full-time job too, so I can't just sit here all day long and play video games. And, you know, like the developers, when they give me free code, they usually give it to me like the day of. So either way, I'm still rushing to put out content and try to get some stuff out there. And I remember back to the first of this channel where I was happy to get 100 views. You know, I was happy to get 100 views on some of that content, and now I'm just like, I'm starting to fall into this pattern where it's like, oh my gosh, I need views, I need views, I need views. And like right now, I just you know, picked up Lords of the Fallen because I want to cover this game. You know, I have been kind of moving away, not necessarily moving away from like the Souls type games. It's just I don't have the mental capacity since starting this channel to like see them through anymore. Like, I have to devote uninterrupted time to those games to be able to get through them. Like, in the fact of being on YouTube and just feeling like I've constantly got to create content, it's so nerve-wracking when a game like that comes out that I'm just like, gosh, dude, this is October. We just got Forza Motorsport, we just got Assassin's Creed, we got Lords of the Fallen, we got a new Sonic game, we got a new Mario game, we got Spider-Man coming out, we've got freaking Alan Wake 2. There's just so many games that are coming in October, and I just don't have the mental capacity right now, let alone the time, to like really do this stuff. And then it's like even more disheartening when I hear people in the community being like, hey man, cover the Xbox version, you know. And like, I get that I started this channel as like a console guy, man. Like, I started this channel as a console guy, and now it's to the point where like I since I bought this AMD graphics card, and since I've been able to like push things and like really see things and like really just have an enjoyable experience on the PC, it's like flip this switch to where I want to play on the PC. I want that higher frame rate. I want the max graphics. I mean, especially now that we're starting to see games that are coming out and they're sacrificing visuals, they're sacrificing frame rate. All of this stuff, it's coming at a cost, you know, a sacrifice for these new consoles that were supposed to be 4K 60 beasts. And here we are, right back down to like 4K 30, and Microsoft has, you know, pretty much paved the way for 30 frames a second this whole year. They launched Redfall at 30 frames a second. It finally got a 60 FPS patch the other day. They bring out, you know, Red or Starfield. Starfield launches at 30 frames per second. There's no way, there's no reason that game can't be 1080p at 60 frames a second. There's no way. I mean, it runs just fine on the PC with higher frame rates, and it was such an enjoyable experience to play that on the PC. And I've got people in the community asking, like, when are you going to make more content for Starfield on the Xbox? And I'm like, it feels fine to play at 30 frames a second. Like, I mean, if that's all I had, it would be fine. Like, I would have been able to get through it. I did actually do a second playthrough on the Xbox version. Like, I played through it on the PC. Then I played through the you know, like a New Game Plus. I played through that run. It wasn't nowhere near as long, but I still did experience a big enough chunk of gameplay on the Xbox Series X, and I was like, yeah, man, this is definitely playable. But I mean, like, the main thing that I really want to talk about is this channel is just getting more and more and more expensive to run. It is. It is literally starting to become unsustainable to a point where I can't even buy everything I need to buy this month for the channel. I can't. I wanted to have that Quest 3. I can't get it. I cannot go out and buy that. As bad as I want to, I wanted to get that, but, you know, like, when family expenses come up, the cost of groceries is up. The cost of, I mean, like, the kids are back in school, so now we're having to pay, you know, the money for the school lunches and everything, and that's, I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not complaining about that. Like, that there is more important than, you know, buying a video game. So it's like, you know, all these expenses that start to come back, and when like you get on YouTube, man, and like you invest the money, and I don't want to do negative content, and I don't want to be an e-beggar. Like, I don't want to beg people for money. I just want to be able to make the content that I want to make, and I want people to watch it so that YouTube will send me ad revenue. Like, I don't want to have to ask people for money to, like, run this channel. You know what I mean? But it's getting to a point right now where I'm having to sacrifice. Like, I'm having to sacrifice, like, wanting to buy the stuff I want to buy for the channel because of, like, other things that are coming up. And I put in so much work on this channel. I do. Like, I do. Like, I put content out every single day. It took me so freaking long to do that Assassin's Creed playthrough. I mean, seeing as that was my first one, you know, from, like, start to finish, that like, I was actually, well, I mean, like, I did the Mortal Kombat one too, but that was, like, the first one that I did, you know, from like, start to finish, and I missed a little bit, you know, like, all my exploring bits, I was running around, so, I mean, it's kind of jumbled or whatever, but it took me so long to make that content and to put it out, and it didn't even get, like, a whole lot of views, and the fact is because everybody else already had free review copies, and they've already, like, everybody's already seen everything they wanted to see. So everything that I put out, you know, going out of my way to make 4K versions of that, uploading that stuff, sitting here with my computer screens on all freaking night, just uploading stuff. And, man, like, the work that you put in as a YouTuber for the payout that you receive, it's not worth it. Like, at first I was like, yeah, this is cool, I'm going to buy this stuff anyways. And then it, like, morphs into this nonsense that you're just chasing views, you're just buying stuff that you think people are going to watch because nobody's watching the stuff that you want to create. So it's just like this hamster wheel that I'm on, you know. I don't want to chase the negativity. I don't want to. Like, I mean, I easily could and just, you know, say, what the hell, whatever, let's just do it and make money, but it's never really been about making money on YouTube. But I would like to turn it into at least I would like to turn the YouTube channel into, like, something that can fund itself and be able to fund itself and let me still play my video games and do what I want to do and do what I love and be able to bring content to you guys. Like, that's what I want. Like, I want that to be, I want YouTube to be self-sustainable. Like, I don't want to have to sit in, you know, go to work and bust my butt and then come home and dump all my money into a channel and barely get anything, you know, back from what I've invested in it. It's pretty it's not only just the games and the stuff, you know. I mean, like, all of that's fine, whatever. I'll have it for a long time. I'll be able to play around with it, do whatever. The cost of, you know, the lights, the cost of the internet, the cost of, you know, just all of the other costs that go in, the softwares that I got to rent, the freaking not rent, but the subscriptions that I got to pay for some of the stuff that I use. Like, it just starts to add up to a point where it's like, gosh dang, man, like sometimes it's just not worth it. And the only reason I ever apply for review code from developers is because I'm hoping that they'll give it to me early so I can actually get time to work on the game before it comes out so that I can make good content for it. I feel like everything I do is rushed. I put out some content, you know, and people are like, oh, your sound's messed up. I mean, when I'm using... Well, okay, so if I record a video and the video turns out really, really good, and like I want to add, like, words to it and stuff, or I want to add... well, I got on my editing software. Like, I can just record it, and normally it's pretty good, but if I forget to turn the sound down to 50 when I'm recording that, it absolutely destroys the whole recording. And if I've already done, like, all my talking and I'm happy with that, that's so hard to try to remember every single thing I said because I do everything impromptu. I don't got time to sit. I get writer's block really easy. Like, I can write pretty good and I can do all of that, but that's just more time that I got to invest in something that's just more time that I'm investing in not playing video games. All the editing that I do, that's just more time taken away from me from playing video games. Like, I sacrifice so much time that I could be playing my games to put this content out, and it's frustrating. Like, I'm starting to get burnt out with it. Like, I'm starting to get to a point where I'm, like, so mad that I can't even play a video game without having to feel like, oh my gosh, I got to put out content. And especially when I work, you know, like 3 hours, like editing something or putting something together, like my Forza Motorsport, you know, day one review, that took forever to put together, and I don't even think it got 1,000 views, man. I'm just like, dang, man, that really sucks. That like everybody else already got free review code ahead of me, was able to sit down comfortably and play around with that, and then wait for the review embargo. Already have all their stuff made, already uploaded, so right when the embargo lifts, they just click the button, or it's already scheduled, and it just posts. I've had like a few times that I've been able to do that, and it was such a good feeling to be able to do that and to be able to, like, get my thoughts together and put some content out. But this is starting to wear on me so bad. Like, I don't even... I played through all of Assassin's Creed Mirage, and like, that game is now in my top 5 for Assassin's Creed. But like, I don't even feel like I got to like stop and like really enjoy it and really like take in the world like I normally do with my Assassin's Creed games. Because the last one was before I even started this channel, you know, Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I was able to get like all of my 100+ hours into that game before even having to do anything. And I sit there and I think about it now, and I'm like, gosh dang, man, like I played through that. I didn't necessarily rush through it, but I kind of did. I did rush through it. I just went from one story beat to the next, and I was like, I never play Assassin's Creed like that. I always get in there and explore the world and do whatever I have to do. And it still came out pretty good for me. I gave it a 9 or whatever. It still came out pretty good for me. I liked Assassin's Creed Mirage. I thought it was great. I thought the way the you know, the campaign, the story, the way the city was designed, I thought it was absolutely a masterpiece. It was incredible. I would have gave it a higher score, but man, I kind of like that bigger map. You know, I mean, it was a solid 9 for me. That one was a solid 9 for me. The ending can kind of get a little weird, so I was like, whatever, you know. So I mean, it didn't really have like that rock solid ending, but it definitely entertained me And I was much happier about playing that than I was God of War Ragnarok. I was like, gosh, this is freaking awesome. The denseness of the city, the way it looks, the beauty that Ubisoft is able to bring to those games. I'm always just like blown away at just how incredible these experiences are when I play them. But like I said, man, Forza Motorsport and Forza Motorsport, I bought that. I started playing it, 5 days early or whatever for early access. The game comes out today, and like, what am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to just sit here and make a bunch of videos that everybody's already made? I had to choose. Like, I had to choose. Cover Forza Motorsport, cover Assassin's Creed, cover Forza Motorsport. And I hate that. 2 games coming out the same day, and I had to choose. So I did. I picked Assassin's Creed so I could play through that one and then go ahead and get on to Forza. But now, like, I feel like my chance, my opportunity with Forza has come and gone. So now it's like, now it's just like, hey man, just put out videos like you do with the Assetto Corsa Competizione. I don't know what else to cover on it. The whole media and everybody's already negative about it. Everybody's slamming it. Everybody's trashing it. So what am I supposed to do? Put out damage control videos for Forza and hope people watch them? That's not my responsibility. I don't work for Microsoft. I bought the damn game for $107. I paid my money for that. I'm not going to sit here and damage control things. Like, the media's got this thing about going after Microsoft, and it's fine. They went after Assassin's Creed Mirage too. The only thing those 2 games have in common is they both can be played on a subscription service. So I mean, why not? Why not tear those down in order to build up what? To build up what? Next week I've got Spider-Man that I'm going to do. I don't know. This has been extremely tough this last few months to really stay focused and to really stay what's like hyper engaged in this. I mean, I was starting to get like this like good like content thing going on with the whole 7900 XT. But how many 7900 XT videos can I make? You know what I mean? Like, how many times can I milk that? Like, I'm serious to the point where it's like, I just don't know what else to really freaking create anymore. Like, I don't know what else to create anymore. I'm getting to a point where like I just want to play video games, man. I just want to enjoy video games, and I feel like YouTube is ruining that. I feel like YouTube is ruining my experience with video games. And like, what do I do now? What do I do now? Because I'm already so far invested into this channel that I can't quit. I can't stop now. If I cut back my schedule, then YouTube will just kick me out of the algorithm more than I already am. Like, I seriously get punished. Like, I'll see my videos start to go up real good, and then boom, they just drop. Like, everybody all of a sudden stops watching them. I'm like, really, YouTube? You're gonna tell me the 15,000 people watched this video and then just nobody else cared about it? I feel like they hold me down. Like, I do have some videos that keep getting residual views on them and stuff, but I'm so sick and tired of being held down. I am. Like, I'm so sick and tired of YouTube holding me back. It's getting ridiculous. I swear. It's like, what I'm not here to appease some freaking stupid algorithm, man. And I don't know. It gets frustrating. It gets so frustrating. Like, I have to constantly defend the thing I love from freaking trolls. I have to constantly defend the things I love against the trolls. I love Xbox, gotta defend it all the time. I love AMD, I gotta defend it all the time. I love freaking apparently bad games, gotta defend those all the time. It's not even, like, I can't even be happy about anything. I can't even be happy about any of the games I like because I just gotta listen to constant trolls coming at me and bling, 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 bling. Forza Motorsport launched with, questionable AI, a little bit of flickery visuals and all of that stuff. I absolutely love Forza Motorsport, but I still got to listen to all the trolls coming at me like blah, blah, blah. And it's like, dude, if you guys can't find a way to enjoy Assassin's Creed Mirage, if you can't find a way to enjoy Forza Motorsport, I don't know what to tell you, man. Like, I don't know what to tell you guys, man. If you really feel that butthurt about every little nitpick because some digital foundry or some other YouTuber said it, why are you guys even buying video games? Like, what's the whole point of buying these video games if you can't... I've been playing video games since I was 5 years old. I have never played a perfect game day one that didn't have something that didn't bug me. Not one time. Not one freaking time have I ever played a video game that was absolutely so perfect that there wasn't one problem with it that I didn't have to overlook. So when people complain about that, it literally just makes me scratch my head. It's like, is this the first video game you've ever bought? Like, I want to ask them that. I'm like, is this the first game you ever bought? But I know 99.9% of it comes from some fanboyness, or maybe the game, or maybe they overhyped themselves. I've done that a few times in my long video game history. I've done that a few times. Like, I've overhyped some stuff in my head, and then when I got the end product, I was just like, oh man. I've done that a lot too. And that's something that I've really been trying to control. Not doing that, but I like being hyped. But YouTube removes that freaking hype from literally everything. From literally everything, it just removes that hype. It's just like, my gosh, dude, these people are just... I'm so hyped about it, and I just want to talk. But it's like, this whole weekend, I was like, I had to play Assassin's Creed and then Forza. So I wasn't able to get on social media. I mean, I barely saw, like, what, people would comment. I wasn't able to get on social media. But then I go back to work Monday, and I'm able to, like, look at Twitter again. And, like, the hate and the nonsense that people spew about these games, it's just like, gosh dang, man. People put out a freaking review, and they're like, oh, this game is trash. And then, I don't know. I'm sick of having to defend what I love. I'm sick and tired of freaking the overall, just the negativity in the gaming industry is so bad. Well, I mean, I guess that's in every industry, but it's just so bad. Like what are we doing, man? Like, what are we doing? Do we like to play video games, or do we like to play Twitter and angry comment section? I get it, dude, when there's something that comes out. Like Golem. Golem wasn't perfect. There was definitely some problems with that game. Like, I get it, man. But, like, the overall hate that game got, when it was perfectly playable, like, you could play it. Don't tell me you couldn't, because we had PlayStation 3, man. Don't tell me you couldn't play Golem. But we could suffer through PlayStation 3, man. We could get through that. But we can't get through Golem. Golem looked better, like good, just as good or better than any PlayStation 3 game. So don't give me that it was a terrible, like, it obviously needed some more polish. But the fact that, like, people are just so quick to jump on a game, half of the people don't even play them. They're drive-by YouTubers that just drive by to make things look worse and to get clicks, because people are impressionable and people for some reason think that's cool, man. I don't necessarily think that stuff is cool, man. Like, nobody's constructive in their criticism for these games anymore. It's just hate and trashing and bashing, and it's so freaking annoying. It's so annoying. So, all right, my friends. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys in the next one. I'm not quitting. I just needed to rant. Thanks for listening to me. We'll see you guys later.